Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Mike and I figured I might as well do a knife collection video here. I don't have anything coming in the mail anytime soon, so good time as any. I'll start with some knives that I don't really have in any cases or anywhere. They're just kind of like sitting. I tried to sell some of these knives, but I just can't sell them. It's really hard to sell knives up here in Canada, especially budget knives. Shipping costs so much that people just aren't interested in paying $20 shipping on a $30 knife. And I don't blame them. So they're in the collection. Not all these are super budgety, but some of them are, and then other ones I just, whatever. But anyways, let's get into it. So, before I start, I'm not going to remember all the names of these knives. I'll try to edit in their names or numbers somewhere on the screen. If I forget to do that, just leave a comment with a timestamp and say what knife is that, and I'll answer it. And if you have any questions about any of the knives, because I'm going to try to go through this pretty quick, so if you have any questions about this or any of these knives, just leave a comment and I'll answer it. So, alright, first up, might as well get this big one out of the way. This is the Cold Steel Large Luzon. I like to pronounce that with a French accent for some reason. I'm trying to get it all on the screen. There we go. Yeah, it's a big knife. Large Luzon. Le Grand Luzon. And try not to cut anything. There you go. Big knife. Never EDC'd it for some reason. I don't know why though. Next up, got a couple best techs here. We have the Lizard. And we have the Sledgehammer. I was going to do this like on tabletop mode, but I just couldn't get it to work well enough for what I wanted. There's really awkward angles and stuff. My camera setup isn't really made for tabletop mode. It's made for more like straight on. So it's just kind of awkward. So I'm doing it this way. The only Sanram Mu knife I have is this one. I do not remember the name of it at all. But yeah, I'll edit in the name. Cool looking knife. I've never really carried it. I just don't really want to carry it right now, but it is cool looking and it was really cheap, so I just bought it anyways. The Ontario Knife Company Shikra. Cool little knife. Nice action on it. This one, the Arroyo from Artisan Cutlery. I just remembered the name. I could never remember the name of it. I just remembered it. Neat looking knife. It's got a Persian style blade, which I really don't like. I don't know why I bought it, but it's a good knife other than that. Got a Tucson. I don't remember the name of this. The number anyway. So got some nice milling on the handle there. And I really like the sound of it. Nice sound. Another Tucson. Don't remember the number, but it is called Dracula. So it does have a name. Very funky looking. I'm sorry if I'm going too fast with these, but I don't know. I'm not as interested in these ones. When I get into the core collection, like my favorite knives, I'll spend more time with them. But right now I'm just trying to get through this because there's a lot of knives. We have an ABKT AB047. If it has a name, here I'll wipe some of the. I got a microfiber cloth here because some of these have fingerprints on them. That didn't help too much, but yeah. It's a cool little knife. It's not super little. I like the action on it. Like for how cheap it was, it's got a decent action. Yeah, it's nice. Did that. Integrity Knives sent me this to review. It's the Kershaw Terran. Neat little knife. It's an assisted opening knife, but it looks good. It looks good. Wow, that's an endearing review. Anyways, we have a mini Asticus, a Civivi mini Asticus. I do have some Civivis. This was one I was going to try to sell. People just weren't interested in buying it, so I'm going to keep it because I do like it and it does have a nice action. It has a fantastic action as far as Civivis go. And another Civivi, the Appalachian Drifter. This is the first one that's non-locking. And it's fun to fidget with. I gotta work on not making weird faces whenever I flip a knife. Yeah, anyways, yeah, cool. I would say this is my favorite Civivi knife of all time. Because it doesn't lock, but holy crap, is it ever slicey. I prefer a locking knife, but it is very slicey. So it's fun to use. Another big beastie knife. I had a mini sheepdog and a regular sheepdog and an XL sheepdog. I sold the regular and the mini, and I kept the XL because people weren't interested in this either. So, very best. If I ever need to use a folding cleaver in the kitchen or something, I'm all set. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, that ting, that sound. Oh. Alright, so those are all of the knives that I have just laying there. Now I have, what am I doing for time? Oh, not 10 minutes yet, that's good. The first time I filmed this, I was almost 20 minutes long. So, next up is the Blade HQ knife roll. This is blue, and inside it are some blue knives. These aren't all of my blue knives, but these are most of them. Okay, so we'll start at the bottom here. So up first is the Petrified Fish Beluga. This was Knife of the Year in the budget category for me last year. A lot of people really like this knife. It's a great knife. Then we have the Gin from Damn Designs. Cool little knife, little front flipper. We have a couple more Civivis. We have the Civivi. Oh, almost cut my finger. We have the Civivi Artis. Great little knife. I actually really like this too. This would be my second favorite. Actually, you know what? This would be my favorite Civivi, and the Appalachian Drifter would be my second favorite because this locks, and this is also crazy thin and super slicey. This is a great knife, and it's got FRN handles. Little ASMR for you. But I actually like their FRN better than their G10, so there you go. And we have the Fracture from Civivi. Nice little folder. Nice cheap little folder. It was very cheap when it came out. I don't know if these are discontinued or not. I can't remember. I see them every once in a while on sale on certain websites, so maybe they weren't overly popular, but anyways, and then we have the Hogue Deca. I do not carry this knife as much as I should at all. I think that's because it's in this knife roll and I don't see it. So it's kind of a shame to put it in there, but it's blue, so I put it in there. But yeah, it's a great knife. Super smooth. It was basically like this when it came from like right out of the box. So excellent knife. Up next, the medium Honey Badger drop point. Cool looking little knife. Nice action to it. Yeah, I like the action on that. Action's a very important aspect of my knives. And after I say that, here's the opposite of a It's very smooth, but it's just like a two-handed opening knife. This is the Sword Mini Peasant. Looks exactly the same on both sides. Cool little knife. I actually EDC'd it for a little bit. I haven't carried it since I did the review, but it is a cool knife. I would never sell it because it's just neat to have. And it does work well for, you know, for what it is. It works quite well. I mean, it's a knife, right? It's a cutting tool. And then we have the Kvist Variant PE. Another nice knife. I don't carry this as much as I should, but I also don't find it overly comfortable just because I don't like sway backs. Some sway backs are okay because they don't have much of a sway back to them, but this one has, you know, a pretty generous sway back here. So yeah, I don't know, it's fine. It's not like there's hot spots, it just doesn't fit my hand well. So, but it is a great knife. It's just my personal preference. And I don't know if I did a review. Most of these knives, I hope, have reviews. If not, then I'll have to look through and do reviews on them. Next we have the Kershaw Lynx, which is an assisted knife, but I absolutely love it. I love the blue aluminum. It looks so nice. It's such a nice vibrant shade of blue. Really cool. Made in USA. That's really nice. And it's not overly expensive. It's still a budget knife, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I like this knife. I don't usually like assisted knives, but I do like this knife a lot. And I'm pretty sure they don't come with, it's been a while, I'm pretty sure I reached out to Kershaw and they sent me this pocket clip, the deep carry. I think it comes with just like a standard clip, not deep carry, but just in case you see it like, oh, mine doesn't have deep carry, we'll just reach out and ask them. Yeah, that's it for that. That's it for that. Okay, 14 minutes. I don't have too many more knives that I'm going to do here. And this one. Okay, so next up we have the... Just kidding. I would hope everyone's pretty much over that by now. I mean, you're pretty much kicking a dead horse at this point if you... Yeah, anyways, this is a vault case. This is the secure vault case. So these are my little more premium knives. Oh, upside down. Got lots of stickers on it. Let's open her up and see what we got here. Alright, so this is one of my more recent purchases. Bought this on the secondary market. This is the Real Steel Lynx. Really nice knife. S35VN blade steel, carbon fiber. Is contoured. So it feels really nice in hand. I really like this knife. It has a flipper, but also reverse flex extremely well because of that fuller. So really nice knife. It's got a glass breaker on the end of it. I'm not sure why, but it does. Other than that, it's a very it looks like not a gentleman's knife, but it looks like a little fancier. And then you got that glass breaker on it. It just seems odd, but whatever. Do I want to mention this one? Yes, I should. It's the Monterey Bay Knives Turbo. It's a great knife. I just don't like Monterey Bay knives anymore, but it's in the collection now because I can't even give this knife away. Oh my goodness, it's so hard to sell this knife. People just aren't interested in it. I don't know why. It's a fantastic knife. Maybe they don't like the blade shape. I'm not sure what it is, but M390 titanium, all blacked out, excellent action. Build quality is fantastic. But anyways, this knife here is the Mazarin. I don't remember the name of it, but I'll put. I think maybe it's numbers. Anyways, I'll put the name in here. But yeah, a lot of people didn't like this knife whenever I showed the video of it. I still like it. It's super comfy and it's very different looking. I wish they didn't have the friggin' they got so much branding. I don't know if that's going to show up too much. Yeah, there's a lot of branding on the blade. I wish they hadn't have done that. It kind of cheapens the look of it. But yeah, I like it. It's polarizing, but I like it a lot. So other than the pocket clip. That pocket clip sucks. on the spine of the blade like that. It's so awkward in the pocket. That's the biggest thing that keeps me from carrying this knife, is that pocket clip. Then we got a couple of Kaisers. I bought this one last year. It's an older model. It's the Wanderer by Justin Lundquist, but it's fantastic. Like, if you didn't see that pivot there, it looks like something that could have come out this year. Like, it's a very timeless design, because I know it's very simple, but it's just a nice sheepsfoot, sheepscliff, whatever type of blade, and it's a really nice simple handle. And if I remember correctly, I should have researched this again, because I figured out what was going on. Like, when I first opened the knife, I was like, oh, the action's so stiff, like, it's not dropping at all. I was like, that's crazy, it should be more drop shutty for bearings. And then I took it apart, and if I remember right, this is all washers. So smooth. It's incredibly smooth. So very impressive. If it's on bearings, it's a good action. If it's on washers, it's a fantastic action. I will take that apart again for the review, which I'm going to do. I said I wasn't going to do reviews anymore. I'm going to do reviews again. That's what people like, so that's what I'm going to do. And then we have the very first premium knife that I've ever bought, the URSA Miner by Kaiser. Fantastic knife. Oh yeah, I didn't complete my thought. The reason why I say if you cover up the pivot screw is because these older Kaisers have like that little design on the pivot screws, and it just kind of subconsciously, you just immediately say, oh, that's an old Kaiser. You know what I mean? So if it was just like a plain pivot screw, you wouldn't think it was an old Kaiser. That's what I mean. But yeah, this is a great knife. Excellent knife. Whoop. Yeah. I went from like pretty much HCR 13 MOV. I don't think I had very many other knife steels other than that, because I just had budget knives, and I went from that to S35VN. There's a huge difference. This just blew me away. I was like, holy crap, now I can see why people spend more money on knives, because the edge retention is just so much better on better steels. But okay, next. This one isn't as expensive as the other ones, but I just put it in here because it looks nice in here. It is the Bladeshow. I can't remember which Bladeshow it is, but it's the Centros by Dylan Mallory. It is number 36 out of 60. Yep. S35VN, murdered out, titanium, carbon fiber, titanium pocket clip, like I say, all murdered out. Fantastic knife. I love this knife. It wasn't overly expensive. It's like maybe 120 bucks Canadian, but yeah, it's really nice. I haven't carried it because it's a limited edition. I don't want to scratch it up and stuff. So, and then we have another Best Tech. I hope I cleaned this. Yeah, it's kind of clean. There's some tape residue on this last time I looked at it, and I was hoping I cleaned that off. But yeah, the Best Tech, I think it's the Mini Goblin. Some fingerprints on it, of course. Satin finishes tend to do that. Yeah, Mini Goblin, I think, or is it just the Goblin? I'm not sure. But cool little knife. I really like it. You know, the action's not crazy drop shutty, but it's a very small thin blade, so it's very light, so it kind of makes sense. But it's super snappy. Really nice knife. I don't carry it that often, but I got it on, it was back when Amazon was selling knives in Canada, like nice knives, and it was like $100 and some. So it was really cheap for what you're getting, so I was like, yeah, a good time to get it. So I could sell it, but I don't want to, because why would I? It was such a good deal. Up next, another Dylan Mallory. This is the Forus. Another knife that I do not carry near enough. This is number 100 out of 200, I believe, if I remember correctly. My memory sucks. But yeah, great knife. I don't carry it near enough. Again, it's in the knife case. I just don't see it, so I don't think to carry it. But it is a fantastic knife. Let's see here. Up next, we have the Spyderco Smock that I won. Well, It's a long story. I have a video on this. Slicey Dicey did like an auction on it, and then I ended up getting it, you know, for free basically, because Southern Edge Knife Works that donated this to Slicey Dicey ended up paying for it. So they paid for their own knife and sent it to me anyways. But yeah, it's really nice, fantastic knife. I don't have the scales on it. Kevin Smock sent me scales for it, Blue G10. I just recently switched back to these just to kind of switch it up a little bit. Oh, and that pocket clip is an MXG Gear deep carry pocket clip. Put that on there. And another Spyderco that I have that I got in a trade recently is the YoJimbo II. Not the YoJimbo, just the YoJimbo. Excellent work knife. You can see there's some marks on the blade there. Cut a lot of cardboard with this. Fantastic knife. Really, really like it. It is so smooth. Woo, smooth. Oh my goodness, it's gotten great action. But yeah, fantastic knife. Really like that. YoJimbo II. All murdered out. Oh, cut that on there. Next up we have, I think this is the only, yeah, this is the only Benchmade I have. I've had a few and I've sold them. This one's stuck around. This is the 940. This is probably one of the best EDC knives that's ever been made, and it's definitely one of the best Benchmades, I would say. Everyone loves them that's had them, I would think. I shouldn't say that. Only the Sith deal in absolutes. I hear nothing but good things about this, so yeah, I assume everyone loves them. But yeah, super smooth. Centering's perfect. It's awesome. It broke in a bit. Like it took some time to break in, but it came pretty smooth out of the box, and yeah, it's just a great knife. I have another vault case. It's just a regular vault case. Some more stickers on it here. Lots of stickers on it. Not lots. I could fit more, but I just don't have them. So in here I have my QSPs and my Finch knives. So I have a Penguin. Great little knife. QSP makes some awesome knives. They have amazing budget knives, and they do a fantastic job on their premium knives, plus their OEM work is phenomenal too. This is the Parrot in D2. It's the upgraded version, D2 and micarta, denim micarta. I have a Worker. Excellent working knife. It's a little slick, a little slippery, but everything else about it, like, it's super slicey and it's great for cardboard. It's a lock back, so it's a fairly sturdy lock too. And then a premium knife. This is the Puffin. A really nice knife. Excellent action on it. Snappy. Yeah, excellent action. And then last but not least, we have the Hawk in blue micarta. Another fantastic knife. So that's it for the QSP knives that I have. Now we have Finch knives. So I'm going to turn this sideways so it doesn't slip off. We have the Devil's Finger. Nice wire clip on that. Have the Harvester in yellow bone. That one was red. The Devil's Finger is in red micarta, by the way. This is yellow bone. Very cool looking. That'd be a Warncliffe? Yeah, a Warncliffe. We have some more red micarta on the Holiday. It's one of my favorite Finch knives so far. There's a couple more Finch knives that came out that I really want, but I just haven't gotten around to getting them yet. But that's a really nice knife too, the Holiday. The Drifter, one of their more recent releases, the Drifter in blue micarta. the Tycoona, blacked out blade, blue G10, wavy pattern in it. And last but not least, for the Finch knives, and for the knives in this video, I think we're going to cut it here pretty soon, is the Cherry Bomb in the smoked resin. Really sure. Okay, so you learn something new every day. My message popped up and said recording stopped automatically because you've reached the most recording you can do. And I was like, well, did I run out of memory? Because I'm pretty sure I have a lot more space than this, but I can only record for half an hour, I guess, and then it stops. Excellent feature. The heck. Anyways, yeah, so I was talking about this knife. I don't remember where I got cut off. I just started up again. But yeah, this is the Cherry Bomb. This knife had, when I first got it, the first one I got, this is my second one. The first one I got had like a little chip in the resin here, like on the scale, right around the pocket clip, and it was broken. And I reached out to the guys at Finch, and they're like, oh yeah, sure, we'll just send you a new one. And I was like, do you want your old one back? And they're like, no, just keep it. So I was like, oh wow. Okay, so yeah, anyways, excellent customer service, I gotta say. I have a whole video about that too. But yeah, really cool knife. I really like all my Finch knives. Again, I don't carry them as much as I should, but it's just hard to carry knives as much as you should when you have more knives than you should. So yeah, that's all of them for this video. I'm going to try to slim it down a little bit so it's not half an hour long, but we'll see how it goes. Again, I apologize if that was a little too fast. I tried to do it rapid fire just to save time because there's a lot of knives there that I wanted to get through. But I'll take more time with my other knives. Not necessarily this knife roll. There's 40 knives in there. That's going to take a while. Like, I got to go through that pretty quick. Otherwise, I could put 2 or 3 videos just in that. And then once I get to these, I might do a couple of videos of my favorite knives. It depends how long I start talking. But anyways, that's it. This is part 1. There'll be a link. I don't know if I'm gonna put them all out the same day or not, but whenever they do get released, I'll put a link to the other 2 or 3. I don't know how many I'm gonna do yet, but I'll put links to the other parts in the description of this video. So make sure you go down to the description and check out my other videos. But yeah, part 1 of, I don't know how many yet. That should do. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.